Assembly. May we now invite our distinguished president, a man of focus, a man who loves the National Assembly, the one that will support you to support your constituents, to now present the 2025 budget. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate, we shall stand. Oh, yeah.
My name is Son. His
On your
mandate we
mandate,
have
on
found.
your mandate, on your mandate, we shall
His mandate
stand.
we shall stand.
Thank you very much. Thank you. After listening to this great remark of a great mind, colleague, and the president of the Senate, I feel I could just lay the budget. Go. With your rendition of the mandate support, I can't do otherwise. I must but respect you and go through the exercise of reading. It is a great honor and pleasure for me to be back where I started. As once a member of this respected house of thinkers and doers, I am grateful to be your president. And to be here to see so many faces of my friends, colleagues, and competitors.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is all now politics. It was on this platform I announced plenty months ago that the bill has been passed, and a lot of people could not see where I'm coming from. Why I decided to phrase it in conclusion of the bill being passed, even though it was still at the debate. I mean, when we enter the debate stage, Bola Tinubu just gave it to Shettima, the vice president, as the chair of the Economic Council. And on that day, they rejected it outrightly. I remember my conclusion was, "Hi, I don't want to be in vice president's shoe. The least person to be in Nigeria right now is the vice president for so many reasons. Now set up. Now, as things play out consequently, when the rejection or the pushback is coming from the north, my conclusion of his position became very obvious. This man, I don't envy him because he's the vice president. He is young. Gentleman agreement that they have between them is that they the seats will go back to the north. And there's a big argument in favor of the northeast since the last president that came from the north was coming from the northwest. And from a ruling party, he's pretty much at the top of the favorite, right? Even though, you know, less than one or two out of 10 with the vice president will succeed his boss. But in this case, he might have a chance. He's young, very cosmopolitan, and charming. It's very. He have his way with the younger folks, so his future is bright if he plays game well. So, but immediately the northern elite came out and said, "Nope, we don't want this." And I was like, "Holy shit! How is this going to navigate this?" To top insults with injury, his own political son, the current governor of his state, Borno State, Zulum, became the spokesperson of the northern elite who are saying no to the bill. I was like, holy moly! How do you interpret this? If Zulum is saying no, automatically saying the vice president is saying no to the bill. Holy shit! So how is this gonna work? And the bill must pass. And in my conclusion, then that he has passed. I'm just waiting for the intrigue, how the shenanigan that will play out, the bargaining, the game that we follow suit. Because if you pass, I mean, when was the last time any bill by the president got rejected? Maybe only in Nigeria, even in America. It's very rare. So, news coming out today that the sudden realization of the governors to support the bill is not coming from wider consultation as they want or they claim that is one of the reasons they are rejecting the bill. That they need to be wider, there's a need for wider consultation, carry people along and all those bullshit. So, news coming out this morning from Asuro, Asuvilla, Abi, as Dele Farotimi will call it, inside wait, a rocking Asu. Is that rocking Asu? That that vocal or that spokesperson role that Zulum played at the initial stage of the pushback to the bill was seen and termed in Asu as Shettima saying no to the bill. For that reason, that created friction between the president and the vice president. Somebody will say, "Oh, I think this can agree and disagree. The president and the vice president on the same time is a normal thing, right? From Donald Trump to Mike Pence to from maybe I would say Olusegun and Atiku, to Babajeje, Rice, Buhari, and Yemi Yosheba, countless examples. But this one is important because it says a lot. Now, for me to even say why I said this one is different, last week, I been 2 days ago, no, on the 26th of December to be precise, when Shettima led the governors, all the 36 governors, like sheep, to Bodilon in Koi Bola Tinubu's private residence. And he holds them after the meeting. Everybody they come out, they smile, right? Even the Senate president was among them. That's Kiloruko and Sin, Akpabio. Akpabio, I said, "Oh, the president will get everything he wants." And I said, come, this is not normal. There's something not normal about this kind. I mean, if we are practicing democracy, that is why I still believe the only way forward out of this, that we are going forward together as a people, but for the majority to actually benefit from democracy that we practice, then state has to be autonomy. Dual sovereignty has to be at the center stage of our conversation until every state has its own autonomy to over its resources and how it govern themselves. We are not going anywhere. So the vice president, now look at just look at it, uh, think it through for a minute, right? The rumor or the play, the movie that they are giving us is that the northern governors or the northern elites are saying no to the bill because it will affect their people, and a lot of people are actually falling for that crap too, right? Oh, now them poor pass, the bill is targeted to impoverish them, the more disadvantage, all kind of nonsense can be floated around by these people. I say all this one are just politics. They just want assurance going forward. What will I get? Which I will always go back to Omoru use the definition of politics, right? Who gets who and how? Who gets what and how? Right? It's exactly what is at play, Omoru, if you are listening to me. Who gets what and how? So because a governor now, let's. I'm falling for their trap now here. A governor come out and spoke, quote unquote, spoke on behalf of the people that he is governing, all behalf of the whole region, northern region, for instance, and said this tax is targeted as impoverishing us the more. It's of no good to us, of no use to us. And a lot of people spoke in support of that. They resonated either out of the hate or dislike they have for the person in office as the president. They still they hang out over the whole process and how it comes. I mean, however everybody, you will always find a reason to want to support anybody that is against the policies of this administration. There's always a way. You don't even need to go far to find a reason. In other words, the pushback receive a reasonable amount of support, at least if not for the whole country, from that region. And the reason they are inching it, a lot of people who are supporting those who are against the bill is that, oh, it's going to impoverish us more. We will suffer more, which look it into it critically from the poor people perspective, they are right. So now a governor now came out and spoke publicly with that mandate and support that is their own point of view is generating. I say this is what my people want. I'm talking about not that president, the governor of Borno says, this is what we want. And the president or the people around the president, all they could see from that is to jump into conclusion that this is coming from Shettima. Of course, this is a game of competition. I've always talked about. If you are not training your opponent in training, if the obedience are not building a network of organizing, they capture the spirit of what Obi believes in and make sure work is being done on the ground rather than allowing the man himself being on the field. Guess what? Bola Tinubu is working the way he know how to bring more people into his political force. Give by every means, money, power, however it works for him. I don't see why it's not going to work this time around. That's why I told you on Dr. Lamidi yesterday that everybody keeps saying Bola Tinubu will win. Tinubu. Nobody don't tell me say who will win. For that reason, the guy will be the next. He will win 2027 again. Now let me come back to the analysis I'm giving about if if what Omori believe to be definition of politics, who get what and how. Now, so the people around Tinubu say, okay, this is not Zulu speaking, this is Shettima speaking, and they are right. Now, Godfather be that. Just like anytime where decision is being taken against the popular view or opinion of the people of Lagos by Shewolu, automatically is in Tinubu, right? And by the time you've always found argument or narrative to support that, right? In a way, you'll be right. So that's exactly what happened. So of course that creates rift between the president and the vice president. But it reminds me of the days of Obasanjo and Atiku. While Obasanjo was galvanizing the whole world, trying to get their forgiveness or whatever he's doing within the neocon established institution around the globe, Atiku was busy falling in love with making sure he has a very robust and progressive relationship with all the 36 state governor. And that becomes a problem. And if we want to go by the popular saying within the northern folks now that he begged, Obasanjo had to actually go on in news and begged before Atiku could actually say, you know what, I put my ambition before you around with you again 2023. And if a lot of people remember the motto of their campaign of 2023 is continuity. So are we seeing that kind of love and relationship between Tinubu and Atiku and Shettima? And if that is the case, now I am saying this because that 26th of December governorship visit to Bodilon was at the result of the disagreement or the enmity between the president and the Shettima, the vice president, because now the president and people around him concluded that na Shettima and I push Zulum to come and speak publicly against the tax. I mean, you go blame them, no. So for that reason, Shettima had to go back to the north, do whatever with the governors, say, come, we just fire at the top. Oh. Blah, say, and I'm now at the center of everything. Oh. You guys have to figure it out. Hence, they forget what they say the people want in order to save the president and the vice president relationship. They say fuck every northern person that the tax bill we dangerously destroy, according to them paraphrasing. Because my argument is that, especially those which is now waiting make me actually call to Nigeria out that day be that. Will you guys always fall into this narrative that the North are always at the receiving end, that then poor pass, that then no go school back, how does that negate only one person that is in that category in any part of the country? So when people don't understand the language of politics, if we claim to be in one country, does it matter where that poverty high or low? Doesn't matter if the tap is going to affect just one person, regardless of the location of that person. That's enough. So now I am looking forward to those who support that narrative that the poor people of the north now then go suffer fast, blah blah blah. I want to hear their narrative that now way they will find out say the governors uh, making a U-turn to approve the bill has nothing to do with what they say the people, how it will affect the people, but their own ego or to save their political future. And in this case, not even be all of them. but one person. Not be just even just to repair the relationship between the vice president and the vice president. And again, why I say this one is special is because the story, the narrative that brought them to power was Muslim tickets, to which the vice president play a role as much as the president when it comes to presidential framework. So if the relationship doesn't go down, what is it going to happen? Are we going to see another candidate in place of Shettima? Because that now that's a big question. I remember at the inception, inauguration of this presidency, Dr. Dameji hosted a show, and I think the centerpiece of that show, the conversation was the drama that will unfold in Asu Rock as time goes on. Is it going to be between? I mean, where the power agitation between them. I remember Dr. Dameji make mention of Shettima on one hand, Remi Tinubu on one hand, Tinubu, I mean, how the cabal used to play out. And I think that drama, that picture that Dr. Dameji painted over a year ago is becoming blossom and beautiful. So now, again, back to those who are in support of what the northern governors are claiming to be wrong with the tax bill, why they are saying no to it, and the reason they decide to say yes to it now. I mean, I can't wait to hear those confused people to come and start running against themselves. Because that's why I said from day one, say the bill don't pass. Because it has nothing to do with the people, right? All these ideas, why that consultation, those has not, be of this nature has zero to do with the people. Because everything about that tax is to take more from those who don't get already. And this presidential administration, political administration, is hinged on that tax bill. So it go pass. Anyhow they want to do. So that was why I conclude from the onset that bill don't pass. Now let the drama begins. So again, and my frustration at the beginning was people don't even care about the bill. They care more about Samoepa. They care more about shit that doesn't will not move the agenda if there's anything like that at all in the Nigeria space forward. And again, I find it so ridiculous when people could not see what those who believe in Biafra, what is inspiring them and motivating them. They say, oh, every day when I go here, we are going to everything together. It is because they have a dream, a goal worth dying for. So every freaking day, they find a way to tie the struggle into that what they believe in. That's how life should be. It is because the one Nigerianness, we the one people who are propagating one Nigerianness could not see anything in Nigeria for them to even use to even support their case. So hence the frustration over those who clearly know and see their vision that is actually possible. So when I say the game is not about poor people, I was trying to tell Mori, presidential level politics has nothing to do with the poor. No, you cannot win. There's no way the interest of the big boys and the poor man can be on one side. No, one won't chop, one won't build empire. So the dream, the approach, the drive, everything is different. Hence, every state should have its own sovereignty, so we can work locally to get what we want and leave the presidency for the big boys who have more stake. So the northern governors have decided to say, fuck the poor northern people, fuck the Talakawas. The relationship between the vice president and the president is more important. If the president is not happy with the vice president, we have to put every other poor person under the bridge to make sure these people are in good terms. That's exactly what happened. Because I said it. to the fact that people are not seeing the ridiculousness that the whole 36 state governor who want to have their own sovereignty and focus on their people gather themselves for inside one bus, therefore drag themselves to the president's private residence, and after a while they all come out and smiling and nobody could see it come. Something is not right. At a time whereby the executive and I mean, every branch of government should be a loggerhead in terms of how do we make sure we get the most of what the world is going to in terms of the Cold War. Everybody they use the opportunity to grab as much as it can from the power that from the Western powers. An opportunity for you to stand your ground. But instead, they decide to say, man, fuck the people. Let's run with this guy and get as much as we can as for ourselves. So to those who still believe that, who are not, who still believe that the northern governors, the northern elite are right for opposing the bill in the name of that, you impoverish them the more. What are you going to tell me now? Because they don't give a fuck, excuse my Yoruba, about what how that bill will affect the people. The relationship between the vice president and the president is more important. So squash it. Got to support this bill now before it get out of hand. And I talk am from the beginning. Now, it is not enough to see what the northern elite, the northern governors are doing to their people, right? But if the question I ask from the onset is that why is it that our own leaders are quiet about the tax bill? Is it that we are all in support of it? Because they never ask any, and what I mean, they never ask anybody. There was never a conversation or a debate among the people within the South. It is just the ordinary people regarding the bill. Now, when the guys in power set agenda on what to talk about, how to talk about the bill, then we'll start having a conversation. But none of them push against it. I said, I even called Obi out too. Everybody just decided, I remember I even saying, come even show what it was, but even saying anything about the bill. I remember when they come against me, oh, now let's show what they go do. No, that's not the point. Since now then, when they always look up to say to mess before now go know how the mess is smell. Say whole bill that hell won't break loose. Why they laugh? Now they just push on one side because the president invests with the vice president. See, see. I think man of prestige. One of you two. Now you won't beat me for here because I tell you, say, forget about the tax. The bill don't pass already because I've spent weeks. They shout on top of my voice. They come, oh, something important is going on. Nobody cares. We are worrying about Samuel Ekpa arrested or not. We are worried about Bobrisky. We worry about VDM. We worry about VDM until the bill don't pass second reading. They're gonna say, we not say no. You're not saying all this. You are not happy with the presidency. It is because 2031 no sure. And e no sure because there is a man called Obi who has 6 million votes. It has never happened before in our history. Never. Somebody from the south has over 1 million votes and is not the president. So the conversation of 2031, it is what the North are having right now in form of being being antagonized to every policy that Bola maybe is bringing on. He just to get that assurance or to put himself in a better place to drive that conversation home come 2031. So that's what I was trying to tell. I don't forget this guy for Dr. Damage yesterday with it. Igbo man no go fit be president. Now what is they talk? Yes, that's a gentleman fucking agreement. A gentleman agreement with that. The generation that had that agreement, as far as I'm concerned, they have less than 5 years more to be relevant, dead or alive. So it's a whole new ball game that is going to be upon us come 2031. So how do you beat a man who is going to be so candidate from the south? That's another thing people are not talking about. By 2031, Obi will be the only candidate in the whole south. The north, the south is already gone. It's dead and buried. Nobody, no one is in ugly head for there's one for president. Where anybody be able to sit to that? Oh, Soludo, there's nobody dead and buried. South, south, who? Wike don't try. Wike is doing the lost work for Obi already, destroying every opposition voice that will try to rise from Edo to the creeks of Delta everywhere. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I know I don't see. There's no comparison when it comes to interaction between you and Obi who wants you. That is it's already it's still undone. And when you come to the northwest, they're already out of the conversation. Thanks to 8 years of Tinubu. Now, when it now take it back to the north, God bless his soul. Atiku will still be very much here with us. But nature will not be so kind to him. He will have the number, but he will not have the time on his side. So I don't see how the North want to reach that and give him the and build a consensus around a man who will be in his 80s. That even though he's going to win, we only do 110. I don't see the North want to reach that. Then the question is that who are they going to build consensus around? Start afresh and compete and beat Obi with these numbers. With everything will be on Obi's side. Sentiment, sympathy votes, turn by turn. Everywhere you want to push the narrative, God bless and say the voice of the support that he's having because they say his competence is getting louder by the day. His prudency is getting louder by the day. Everything that he stand for is getting louder by the day. That's what I picked up from the guy, Dr. Mo. That's why I say he had only one job and he destroyed it. He killed it. Every question thrown at him is either he start with Obi or he end up with Obi or he must mention Obi at the middle. That's a fucking a genius salesman. That motherfucker, they package Obi in our head as if Obi we don't know him before. And that's a man who knows his job. So we are approaching a crossroad. So and for me, as far as I'm concerned, if I be if I be obedient payroll, these are the things you put out. You have to now take this message to the talakawas. Your governors don't care about you. Your governors don't give a fuck about you. That's why, regardless of what this tax bill is going to do to you, it has been proven. They make it, everybody sees it. They see everything that they are pointing out. That yes, it is not good for you, talakawas. But guess what did they do? They say, fuck you. They don't care about you. The relationship between the vice president and the president is paramount. It's more important than how you feel, your hunger, your education, your healthcare, everything that you put them in power for. This is how you do. You not just turn the people against their own leader. People who are saying who could not understand why TikTok is being banned. That is just it. Because these are the kind of message you amplify. If you have a social media, you know, is this by this time, obedient Hausa supposed to strong. May they come up, may they come up with talk. If they don't know how to set them up, they should have obedient Hausa network. That just to polish their propaganda. This one is not even a propaganda. It is the fact that the governors make a U-turn to support the bill that will impoverish their own citizens. According to them, sacrifice that for the relationship between the president and the vice president. Boom. That's not a propaganda, but how you phrase it and how long you push it is what matters. So those who, that's one thing I take away from Dr. Damini, from Omori. I don't think you understand this. Omori could not see what I was saying. That it's not that Bola Tinubu a guarantee that he win 2027, but how the opposition play their card. It's what is going to guarantee he 2027. And that's why I told them yesterday. Everybody keeps saying you go lose, you go lose. Nobody did tell me who will win. And when I say by 2031, Obi will be the candidate to beat, Omori, you could not see what I mean. He said, no, why are we going to wait? Why are we going to wait? We should start working and do something now. You see? You haven't started. So it's like you the price monkey on top three. Those will come from us also will understand what that means. You don't price monkey on top three. I no go fit come meet you now say I buy that I dey sell that monkey wey the monkey dey on top tree see am there. So if to say omo you say this is what we are doing, then I can then you have a secure argument. He say no, we can't. It's not the do it. Are you doing it because there's no time? Can't wait for nobody. Your opponents are doing something. So if actually the obedience, the article them wants to take fight, they want to actually put Bola Tinubu on his toes, right? If not $2 billion make cost am to win 2023, at least make it cost am to 4 billion, 5 billion in the logic of two Niger, which I fuck with when he said that. And how do you do that? Already, everybody dey believe say oh, the North are not happy with him, the North are not happy. Boom! Don't just say the North are not happy. Are you the one responsible for them not being happy with the president? If you are the one responsible, then I will say you know what you are talking about. But if you are not the one responsible, then what the fuck are you celebrating? The reason that they were not happy can easily be mitigated, and that's what you are saying. They play cheaply into Bola Tinubu's hand. I said cheaply because now set up Bola Tinubu say Shettima up when he say go and share the neck on that day wey they carry the bill, wey they submit the bill before neck, the National Executive Council. He was not in the country. He sent Vice President Shettima to chair that, to which the neck rejected the bill outrightly. Financial Times carry am boldly as their headline that the National Executive Council rejected the bill that Bola Tinubu presented for them, being chaired by the Vice President. So when pushback when they come from the northern elite, I say, oh no, Shettima is in trouble. How do you fight this? Where do you stand? Because you are an integral part of the ticket. Means technically now your policy be this too. If your own people are saying no to the policy that you are breaking, then oh, then to make matter worse, his own political son, they can't make him the scapegoat. Zulu come out, they run him out. Oh, did anybody pay attention? Even Bala Mohammed, we run him out 2 weeks ago. He said, "Now don't dey beg." Like people know they pay attention. They pay me because the opposition parties, if to say their lack of attention was due to the fact that they are busy literally working to a citizen government, I will be, I mean, I will join them in celebration. But no, they are clueless because they get caught up with what the war that the Bola Tinubu government put in place. When I mean the war, the likes of who? The likes of Reno, the likes of Bola, the likes of Abati, every medium as at today as I speak is a defense. Every medium, Arise and every one of them, all of them are now working fully to defend Bola Tinubu administration. So how do you escape that? So Bola Tinubu just sit down and say, I know it will come to this. So that's Shettima and they talk so. Shettima, it's on you. How do you fix this? If you say no be you send Zulum to come and publicly oppose the bill, go fix that shit. That's exactly what happened. The guy gathered the governors, all of them 36. I want to go know the deal we give them, but maybe as time goes on, the deal will come out. We go know, right? We go know. Gather themselves for body long, and give them cola chop, they come out, they smile. They say, fuck the people. Now the bill has been passed. I talked am before, but people don't understand. Even in America, that's how it work. If not be Elon Musk use Twitter block the budget that want to pass overnight, that's not what they do am. When you see say, even in America, when you say matters are being discussed on the mainstream media, just know say that matter don't expire. It's not news. It's not new. Not what to happen. Now, what already happened, now you dey hear. So that's why I said the bill has been right from day one. I said, how you know what? How you know go pass? I mean, Buhari was there for 8 years. Every of his bill never got rejected. So why would Tinubu be different? That's another way of saying this bullshit. So the guy is doing excellently well. Those who I say, oh, the North are not happy because they see they are opposing the bill. Now I'll be waiting. I mean, may I go hear their how they go take twist and turn. Like this is politics. Now give and take. Nobody they do. No matter how you think you strong, they will break you. Now, so those who are saying, the presidency will never go to because of the one gentleman agreement, and of course the political structure and all that. No, I'm not denying that. That's what is put in place, but it now depends on the people. As I said, the generation that actually have that conception and work to sustain that for over 60 years is up. They're gone. They're going. They're going. My generation refuse to understand. Nobody say we don't know. We refuse. Now the younger generation don't go up. They don't good luck in trying to even make them understand what you mean by turn by turn. What you mean by we have to do it. What you mean. Good luck. I refuse to understand. The Jay-Z don't even want, they don't even have patience to even sit down to make you educated why we should do turn by turn. Why they don't even want to, they don't get patient. That TikTok patience they get. You cannot put that in seconds. If you don't feel make it make sense for Jay-Z within a second, man, sorry. This AI generation, they compete with AI. They compete with analog people. They tell them, let them understand. Say, okay, then you win. But if you cannot do that, I'm sorry. So that's why Obi is winning on their side. Because Obi understand. Obi doesn't have to go into details. Just have to look for the trigger words that will make sense to them. I mean, if we live in a country of everything around us is just consuming, everything we use that they give us, and find a way to say from consumption to production. That's a brain. Is a no-brainer. Do you have to explain? No, no. Yeah, today na Donald Trump day. I know, I know. I just won't bring this news. I'm ready for Donald Trump. It's not busy now today. We wake up in a Donald Trump world. Anywhere you wake up today, 20th of January, good morning from Donald Trump world. So I'm with you, Sake. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I go do after this one. I will do. I will do. I put. I'll do some history about Donald Trump. What's why Donald Trump administration is envious of any president who hasn't been fortunate to be in this kind of time. Now, very few presidents have had the opportunity to be president when the world is going through what is going through, right? People like them, James James Monroe, people like Woody Wilson, right? Maybe Reagan, then Donald Trump. So the world revolve around, and I mean, you know I think he understand that. Plus, the father is a showman, so it's going to be a very sweet ride. So, in the next couple of hours, the whole world will be discussing about effect of Donald Trump, all the executive order that is going to come. I understand it's going to range from between 50 to 100, from energy, technology, immigration, everything is going to be. So, in the next couple of minutes or hours, the whole planet Earth will be focused on Donald Trump and his administration. So, I got you. I just if I don't talk about that now, because as we go on, I'll be talking about more about Donald Trump administration because it's important. One is privileged to be actually be alive in this type of at this time of human history. So anyway, uh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So it's to my northern people, my Arewa people, chai, many stable, Miafaru, what happened? What happened? The Talakawa has been crushed, have been sold cheaply. I can't believe. Well, I'm not surprised, but I don't say I did. That's not to go happen. It's just that I don't expect this to work against them. I expect Bola Tinubu will go feel and small. I mean, he go pay. He has to forgo some countries, but he actually he got what he want and it's still at the top. He will get fact. The Tinubu that I am studying from afar is going to make this relationship between Shettima to the core, to the freaking core. Amy, Shettima go work higher. He go work, my lord. So the Talakawas have just been crushed bigly, bigly, bigly. I expect the and everybody is implicated in this. Konkoso is implicated, Atiku is implicated because his governor is involved. Atiku governor Dave, when I mean PDP governors and NF. So they are all crushed. This is where I say, where are the obedience? Come obedient, make I dey consult. Make una dey pay, make I dey consult for una. Make I dey give una armor. This is big. And this is big and everything is coming at the right time too. It's coming at the right time. At the right time, this is pretty much at the beginning of alignment in terms of how they go take form. They are going into formation ahead of the election, right? Align in form of party, align in form of ideology. I mean, we did the Nigerian players. This is the year. This is the beginning, and they can't deliver on this big giveaway. Eh? Eh? This is the biggest giveaway when this administration don't give obedience if they actually understand what it means. It's never been this good. It's never been this good. Now, just so they bring out for the next 1 week or more. Now, just so they hit on this, they hit on the governors of the north by doing what? By letting the Talakawa on the street know what transpires. How they don't really care about their economy feeling, how this tax is going to destroy them. Now you go actually now they follow waiting then they talk. Say this tax bill go affect the Talakas of the north. Oh. Now agree with them. You go agree. If they tell average Talakawa say come, that food wey dem dey give you for street so you no go come again within the next couple of months. And that's not even a propaganda, that's a fact. By the time this bill take into full effect, which is going to be at before the end of this first quarter, with the tax, everything go don dey effect, we go see the result. When some people dey tell me say, oh, because say Nigeria dey suffer, they go suffer more. That's why Tinubu no go. That's like, oh, what are you talking about? For the past 10 years, tell me which year better. As the year progresses, now so it dey worse. So how does that even? How do people think or feel doesn't even count this point? How do you manipulate their feelings? That's why they always tell Mr. Amori is the politics is about manipulation. How do you manipulate the people's feelings to your advantage? How do you take advantage of their fear? Yeah, that's what Obi is doing. That's what every one of them is doing. When Obi is telling you that you are not buying bread cheap from one side or the other, what do you think that it is? Literally manipulating the emotion. Yes, it's the reality of time, but hey. So the obedient, this is this is your area where I was going to Namukuna just spend like 100 million naira. Mukuna sacrifice 100 million, I go hard. Mukuna they bring skits that speak to how the northern leaders are living big as sacrifice the whole 100 million people's hunger reality over the fucking relationship between a president and the vice president who amount to nothing. Right? A lot of skits should be coming out, a lot of content, politically joke, everything now. More than you just have to make sure the people never forget this. So next time when I tell them, I say something don't go happen. It's not because na dream. It's not. It's just politics is mathematics, pure science. You go see am right there. I said this thing go pass. It don't pass. I say it go pass. That was about 3 months ago. But people who could not see where I'm coming from think I don't know how they talk because they always wait for the elite to set the agenda of conversation for them via their news, via their newspaper, everything before they go say yeah, no. They go not feel it when before you begin yesterday talking anything publicly on their national television. It has been concluded long before you even get to know about it. So the governor making a U-turn to agree with the tax bill is due to the fact that the presidency was not happy with the vice president because the vice president godson, which is the governor of Borno State, come out publicly and criticize the tax bill. So they turn it around and say, you are the one that is doing it. Because if you didn't approve the message, your political son will not have that guts to come out and speak like that. For that reason, we are going to make sure you always see the back of our president, the president, your boss. You know, go even fit follow and talk again. Now, email, you can't even text him. Eh? The one nine. In fact, not be even by your Amila self. Na Bola. Now they go say make it send you email. So that's exactly what happened. The man say, I ain't go take this one. I say I'm an ambition. I'm still young. I can still be president of this country. Everything if I play my card well, I could make guide the consensus of my people. No, I can't afford to just fuck around and let this keep going. And the man go ask, I don't know what to give them. That's my next area of intrigue now. How what if you offer it at the 6 state governors that they all agree to say fuck the people the the ill doings they saw on the bill, how the bill is anti people. We don't care anymore. The vice president must be in good hands with the president. So therefore, we are saying yes to the bill. It's interesting. It's interesting. So I talk and say, Bola Tinubu way of operating and Obasanjo are the same. You go against him, they crush you. If you pay attention again, another governor where they receive backbones for his public uh, uh, criticism of the base, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi. Bala Mohammed grand learned interview with Shehu. I talk and say Shehu na agent for them, I know the year. Shehu set her up. He had a running man. My, to my surprise, 3 days later, the guy begin apologize. Say, no, it is not out of hatred. It is my political godfather. We were in the trenches with him before during the fight against military. I said, come, Buro Oba, okay? When they came out, what waka? Ah, a power game, they sweet. You know, Omori, if you dey listen, una leave presidential game alone. It's not for the poor. Una organize. Let's organize ourselves, which all I believe when you were talking about. For us to even get the 20, 30, 31, it gotta work. So it's politics. No agreements cannot be smoothing over. So, but to the obedient, I will expect you to people to capitalize on this and let the Talakawas in the north know what is going on, what is more important to their leaders. It is not the food on their table, it's not their health, it's not their education, it's not has nothing to do with what their leaders always say and preach about, but has everything to do with their relationship with each other. So it doesn't matter how the bill will affect you. I want to be on the good side of the guys ahead of me so that me too go fit grow. After all, na turn by turn. And I've always said it, turn by turn no be say na north and south, Muslim and Christian. It also means that just don't die. If you don't die, if you get to your turn. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'ma go, I'ma come back and fully and officially assume in Donald Trump world. I'm really interested in how things go because I love history. See you in a jiffy. Please like, share, and subscribe.